Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So a little experiment this afternoon. I have been playing and I'm quite excited about this because you know that I'm not great at doing backgrounds, or I fear them, let's put it that way. So I was going through Amazon like you do, and I came across Tim Holt's distress sprays, and I thought, oh my god, I bet they'd be so much fun to play with. They're expensive, folks. So this little idea popped into my head, but how could we make our own sprays to do background splatters and nice sort of washy effects? So I ordered these little bottles from Amazon. And if you're gonna do this, get one that says it's a mister spray, otherwise you're gonna have big globules everywhere. These are little mister bottles, and they came in a set of 12. Now, already in my stash, I had these kids ready mixed paints. So they're like poster paints, and they're water-based, so they're not gonna go through my page. So as long as I protect the page like we would if we were painting, it should be okay, she says. So I've done some and experimented like I normally do before I go on the channel. So these came in a set of 12, and I thought we'd do these together. So if I take the lid off, I'll get my little bottle ready. I'm going to get these, just give it a quick shake, make sure all the paint's mixed up, and I'm going to fill this bottle with this paint about a third of the way up, and I've just dropped the lid. About a third of the way up. We need to get it to the consistency, don't know if you can see that, that's probably a little bit more than a third, but we need to get it to the consistency that it will still be able to spray through the bottle. So I've got a jug of water here, and I've got a pipette, and it actually came with the these little spray bottles. So what I'm going to do is put water in, but not all the way up. So that's one pipette. These are 100 mils, I think, these bottles, but I don't want it all the way up because I need room to shake it. So I've got, it's difficult for you to see. The water level is probably, I might actually put a little bit more in. Just want to bring it up to about where my thumb is on the bottle. So I'm just going to put a little bit more in, just so it makes it runny enough to spray. Then I'm going to put the lid on, tighten it up, and then I'm just going to shake it. So what colour was that? I have no idea what colour that was. Oh, it was this beautiful like teal colour. So I'm going to put that there, and that's all I'm doing. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get the most incredible array of sprays that I can use on backgrounds, just for something different. Particularly if we've done something like an acrylic background and we want different colours to show up on it, it should look really cool. So we could have all sorts of bright fireworks and things like that. So that's all I'm doing, about a third of the way up, and then I'm filling the bottle to just under the neck. So we just need to make it fluid enough to go through our spray. So if I put the lid on and show you like that, there you can see the paint, and then the water, it's really difficult because I've got blue bottles because I'm silly, is about there. So I'm just going to shake that up. That's quite a pale colour, so I might need to add more to that. But we'll see when we start spraying. I've got a few papers to do experiments with. As you can see, look, this has been sat in my drawer for quite a while, so there's a bit of separation there. So I'm just going to shake it up and make sure that's all gone, which it has. I think I got these from a Lidl or an Aldi in the UK, but they're just cheap, really cheap poster paints, but they're amazing, and they're water-based, if I didn't say that. So it's not going to hurt our colouring books. Our pages may curl, but they do anyway if we use watercolours, don't they? But I just thought it'd give us a really, really interesting effect. And so for the price of some Mr. bottles, we get all these different colours. Put the lid on and shake that up. I think you kind of get the idea. So I won't do every single colour I've got with you on camera because you'll be bored. I do want to try this really bright purple. Let's move those to one side so I haven't done them. Let's try this really bright purple. And then we'll have a spray and a play with them and see what they can do. Okay, shake that up. This one is Make and Create for Kids. This came from a pound shop in the UK. And again, squirting it in. These are a bit runnier, these cheaper ones, because they were like, I don't know, less than £1 I think for so many. So add some water. Can you see? And you just want to make sure that it's runny enough that it will spray, but it's not diluted so much you get no colour. Put the lid on. And then give it a shake. Okay, so that should be our purple colour. Let me move the water out of the way before we have a hideous accident. And I've got paper here. Now this is not watercolour paper, so it's just a plain piece of paper. So I'm going to block it off like we would if it was a colouring book and just have a section. Now my mat behind is going to get messy, but please don't worry, it is water soluble, it will wash off. So should we go with this really bright teal colour? Really like turquoisey teal colour. Let's see what happens. Okay. Right, I want to choose the brighter colours so that you can see them. I have got some pale ones, but... So if I hold it about here, away from the paper, so about... I don't know. Let me get it going first. Here it comes. Oop. Let me spray it on there. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Well, that's not very misty-like, is it? No, I think I need more water in that one. I think, although it's spraying, I think it's too thick. So, let's put some more water in it. So that's why we need to play and experiment. So definitely need more water, too much paint. My goodness, can you hear that rain? Oh my goodness. Right. Let's fold that over. And that. And let's make another square here. Let's try it here. See if that's any better. Because, like I say, it's just experimenting. I can bring you in a bit. Here we go. So let's see. Maybe I haven't shook it enough. Because the other ones are all misting. This one is not behaving. It's got really like a jet spray on this one. Yeah, so that doesn't work. That's the spray on it. Let's try this very pale minty one. Or it could be again that it's still too thick. I've put too much paint in. Yeah. They were doing it perfectly earlier. Oh my goodness. More water, people, more water. I told you it was an experiment. So that's the problem, look, if we're not got enough water, they're not going to spritz. They're going to splat. And I don't want splat. Let's try that. I've got it all over the paint bottles over there. It's a messy job, people. Right, let's try that. No, it's still not doing. Maybe I've clogged up the spray with it. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe Let me move that to one side. Let's try another one. Let me just clear up a bit. I've got it all over the bottles where it squirted. So it's too thick. So if you get it thin enough that you don't lose the pigment, let's try another piece of paper and a piece of kitchen towel. I've got it all over me, which is such good fun. Right, let's try that now. Ooh, that's better. Let's try this one now. Might need to get the spray going. I think I clogged it with the paint. Oh, that's really bright, that one, isn't it? I think I've clogged it with the paint being too thick. Let's do this. Ooh. And obviously you're going to have to cover up the bits you don't want. But look at that. What was the other colour we did? We did another green. Let's try this green. I think this is a bit more runny, this one. Yeah, that's better. See, if you haven't got too much paint in it, you get that gorgeous effect there. Look at that. And then, did we do this one? Don't know what colour this is. Purple, isn't it? Let's try this. If you hold it up, this is why I say make sure you've got a spritzer bottle, not a normal pump thing, because you get splats. Hold it up. Or maybe it is because it's too runny. I don't know. I've just shot that across my desk. Move that. I've got some others that I did earlier. This is silver, so I put in, this was from Hobbycraft, shimmer paint, and I mixed this earlier. I don't know why those bottles are behaving like that, because they didn't do it earlier. See, this one's like misting, like it's supposed to. So that was silver. And then I did a blue, metallic blue. See what I mean? Look how beautiful that sprays. So I don't know why the other bottles aren't. This is pink. I've made a mess everywhere, I know. I'll wash it off in a minute. It's only water-based paint, so a baby wipe will take it all off. That one's pink. And you can change how intense it is by how close you hold it to the page, obviously. This one is lilac. Did you see that spray? That's what they're meant to do. So, either these are too thick, which I think might be our problem. I've been too over generous with the paint and not enough water, which I think is the issue. So I'm going to put more water. And it's not as if we're going to lose pigment on that one, is it? Because it's very bright. And we'll do the same with the... We'll try that, see if that does make a difference. So I don't think this video will be too long. Right. Let me move this out of the way. And we'll shake it up. I'm going to wipe the spritzer off because I might have got too much colour on it. Too much thick paint. Let's try that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to rinse it. Okay, I've rinsed the lid in some water and then we'll wipe it off. See if it's Oop. I've got it everywhere now. I'm so messy. That's better. So what it is, folks, it's the consistency. I've got it too thick in those ones that aren't spraying. Yeah, so we need to put water in there. So, oh, it's such good fun getting messy. So I'm going to put lots more water in. So obviously the waterier, the more water it's got in it, the better it's going to respond. Because this is they're fine mist sprays, because I didn't want those great big splats. And so I brought fine misters. So you've obviously got to get the paint to the right consistency. So playing like this is very good fun, and you can get it right. And then store them for when you're ready. Let's have a go. Let's just keep, there we go. There we are. Look at that. Let's try this one. Now we've had water in it and it's sat. Yeah, there we go. How cool is that? Look at that. Let's move this yucky thing out of the way. And this one was the purple, wasn't it? Let's try that. So it was just me, folks. The experiment works, but you've got to get the right consistency. So that's still too thick, look, because it's splatting out of there. So I'm going to go in with more water. It's a good job I brought my whole jug of water up, wasn't it? So yeah, just play around with the consistency, because unless you get the exact same paints as me, it's going to be different. It'll be different for whatever spray bottles you get, because it depends on how fine the mister is, things like that. But it's such good fun, honestly people, such good fun playing. Let's try this. Okay. So with that silver I can spray over like a fine mist of it. Okay, let's just keep going. Clear out all that thick paint. There we go. Look at that. And then you can just mix the colours in. So what others did we have? We had, oh, yellow. I haven't tried yellow. Let's do that. So that's still too thick, I think, that purple, because we're getting a nice spray. Well, there we go. Look at this one. Yellow. I'm just making a whole bunch of mess. But I think you get the idea. It's getting the consistency right, folks. So this purple is still maybe too thick. Or is it just that it's just that bright? Here we go. There we go. It got too much thick paint up the nozzle. How cool is that? Okay. The other thing that I thought would be quite cool, if I move this out of the way and we get another piece of paper, is Stencil. Does it work? Does it work if we put a stencil over it? Okay, so let's take a stencil, just any old random one. My fingers are covered, look. I'm supposed to be doing a colour along with you guys in a minute. Right, yellow. We'll have yellow over this side. Ooh, that's cool. And then we'll bring in that middle green that we had. I think that's the middle green, that one. Let's bring in that green. Mix those two colours in. Alright, now ideally what I would do if I'd done a stencil like this is I would leave it to dry and then lift the stencil off. But just for tutorial purposes, let's lift it up. Can you see? How cool is that? How lovely, look at that. Now I've made a mess. Where do you put everything when you make a mess? That. And then you can, like, the brilliant thing is you can just take, well, I'll take a heat tool to it, but look at the effect that you get. If I lift it up now it's going to run, but look at that lovely soft effect that you can get. And if I'd have left the stencil on it, that bit would have been more pronounced. until it dried. So I'd probably tape the stencil down with washi tape and then spray it. But I just thought, as a quick, very cheap for me, because I had these cheap kids paints, that you could you know, make these gorgeous sprays, until I can get my hands on the Tim Holtz stuff, of course. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. It was a quick birthday experiment today. I've got lots and lots of wonderful gifts to share with you all that you lovely people have sent in to me. So I will be back. We're going to do a colour along. I've started a colour along in Seasons. So we're going to be doing that with my new Lightfast pencils that are now got splats on them. Yeah, so I'll be coming on to show you a birthday haul in the next couple of days. But I hope you like that. Just a little bit of fun, something to give us a different texture in the backgrounds of our colouring books. And once you get that fine spray through, not here obviously, but once you get that fine spray through, they're incredible. It looks so cool. But obviously test your consistency first, and wipe everything down. What am I talking about? I'm looking thinking I'm going to have to wipe everything down. Test your consistency and make sure that they're spritzing rather than spraying great lumps out. Alright folks, I'll let you go. I'll see you very, very shortly for the colour along that I'm doing in Seasons. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.